Hello, welcome to a brief training on submitting an inventory quote in Iowa Grants. Step-by-step instructions, complete with screenshots, can be found on the GTSB website and also in Iowa Grants under Program Documents. New, beginning in October 2020, is a policy regarding equipment purchases. For all equipment purchases over $4,000, an inventory quote must be uploaded in the status report section of Iowa Grants and be approved by GTSB prior to the purchase of the equipment. Let's get started. First, scan and save your quote onto your computer. Make note of where you have saved it. Then log in to Iowa Grants. Click on My Grants and then select the appropriate grant for the current fiscal year. Next, click on Status Reports. Here, you will see a series of reports that have been preloaded into the system based on your contract type. One tip: as more status reports are added during the year, you can sort these reports based on ID, type, due date, submitted date, and status. Essentially, any column title with blue type. There are some reports that do not have a specific timeline, and these you must add manually. For instance, the inventory quote. Click on Add at the top of the page. Select Inventory Quotes from the Status Report Type menu. For the title, enter Camera Quote, Speed Trailer Quote, etc. You do not need to enter dates into the report period fields. Click Save in the upper right corner. Click on Return to Components. Once you click on Return to Components, the system will return to the component screen showing general information, which has now been completed, and the inventory quote. Click on Inventory Quote. Next, click on the calendar icon to enter your quote expiration date. It is important that the quote be submitted as soon as possible after receipt and within the expiration date to allow for processing time, and once approved, purchase prior to the end of the quote period. Click on Choose File to attach your quote from the manufacturer. Find where you saved it on your computer and select it. Make sure it shows in the file name box and then click Open. You should now be able to see it as an attachment in Iowa Grants. Again, click Save in the upper right corner. Next, mark as complete. And finally, you can now see that the Submit button is activated and ready to use. The Submit button is an important step because if you do not receive the successfully submitted message, your program administrator will not receive an electronic notice that your quote has been submitted. The program administrator will follow internal policy to review the quote and obtain NHTSA approval if necessary. Once approval is received, the program administrator will mark the status report as approved and notify the agency by email that the purchase may be made. Once approval is received, the equipment has been purchased, and the reimbursement request is ready, please be sure that the equipment quote total exactly matches the invoice total. Should you have any further questions, please contact your program administrator.